Everyone. We are live in the Black Think Tank Club this morning, and this is how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. But we're going to be talking about much, much, much more than that. We're going to be telling you the truth about how lending actually works. And something that I heard just the other day in Business Over Breakfast. We have 9 people in here right now. Could you please share the room for me? Because that's the algorithm has just changed. And that's how the information gets out there into the hallway so other people can get in here to hear what I have to say today. I started talking about how to manage an 18% mortgage, how to take that money, how to take that mortgage and do something with it. And you should have heard the moans and the groans of all the real estate investors who are in there saying, oh man, 18%, you need to refinance out of that just as soon as possible. So, but the financial position that this gentleman was in to take advantage of this deal, he had to get this 18% mortgage. And I went on to say, well, if that's where you are and you can't get out of that, let me show you how you can make the best of a bad situation, how you can take an 18% mortgage and make sure you do not pay the bank all the money that it's looking for. Oh my goodness. In fact, the higher the interest rate. Now, I don't want people to get me wrong. All right. I don't want people to get me wrong. I'm not saying get the highest interest rate available. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is you don't want the lowest interest rate available. The lower the interest rate, the harder it is to save money. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And I'm going to show you that today. The higher the interest rate, the better off you are. So right now, the Fed is getting ready to raise interest rates again. And sympathetically, mortgage rates seem to follow. They don't have to, but they seem to follow, and they seem to go up. Right now, they're right around 6.25, and it could be that they could go to 6.5 or even 6.75. I'm trying to tell you now, and this I can tell you with absolute assurance. If you are a real estate investor, even if you're a residential home buyer, if you can afford the payment, all right? Now, let's make sure that that caveat is in there. If you can afford the payment, you're better off at 6.5% than you are at 2.99. I'm telling you, you can save a ton. So I need you all to share this room right now, get it out into the hallway and start taking your notes. And these are numbers you absolutely need to see. If you are near a tablet, or if you're near your computer, you definitely want to see what we're talking about here. Just turn the volume down just in case you want to come up and ask a question about what we're talking about. But I want to be very clear. I did the numbers, and we're going to show you the numbers on how to take an 18% mortgage and make it do something else without having to refinance. All right. It's the numbers are absolutely crazy when you see them. All right. So I want you to be able to see what's going on here. And listen, anybody want to come up and ask a question or make a comment on what you just heard, raise your hand. We'll bring you up. If you're a real estate investor, if you are a residential home buyer, if you want to know more about how these mortgages really work, and I mean, and some people may even want to challenge that. Come on up and ask some questions or make some comments on the fact that we are going to be going over that today. How you can take advantage of the higher interest rates that are
Good
coming.
morning.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm glad you said something because I don't always watch the screen. Kenyatta, how are you this morning?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing well, Kenyatta. I'm just talking about how I was in BOB yesterday, no, the other day, business over breakfast, and a gentleman came in, was talking about how in the world that he had an
18%.
18% mortgage. Oh yeah. And Kenyatta, I have numbers today. I promise to bring you numbers. I promise to bring you numbers, and I have them. I've got them ready to go in an actual. Here's remember, you know how I ask people if they want to know the month, day, and year they can be debt free. They can get an actual savings and earnings report.
Yeah.
I prepared two savings and earnings report for everybody today, so everybody can see them. How this is the report that they will actually get when they fill out their financial information for us. And we will tell them the month, day, and year they could be debt free. We could also tell them how much interest they could save. And I'm going to go over the effective interest rate. The effective interest rate, meaning I'm going to show people how not to pay all that interest. I'm going to show them how much interest they will actually pay on a loan. And then we're going to do the calculation and then show them here is the interest rate you would have had to have in the first place to pay this small amount of interest. Okay. So we're going to take the high interest rate without refinancing and give it a lower effective interest rate without refinancing. And listen to this, without affecting how much money they want to reinvest out of the rents they bring in. Oh, they'll still be able to.
What in the world?
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
cannot wait for this.
Oh, listen, listen. You are going to love. You are going to love, love, love. I think this is going to be your new. This is going to be your new best example. So listen, why don't you just go ahead, Kenyatta, and tell us who you are this morning and encourage the people to share the room and watch these examples on the screen. Would you please?
Absolutely. Good morning, good people. My name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And I am passionate about helping you get started with your real estate dynasty. And I do that by helping you find great deals, finance those great deals, cancel the interest on those great deals so we can get you yet another. And I think it's imperative that you guys see this example, especially if you're a kinesthetic learner like myself. I have to see it, and it is forever etched in my brain when I do so. So go to ice10k videos with an s.com, ice10k videos with an s.com, so that you can see these examples. It's going to take you straight to YouTube where you can like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, share. We're asking that you share this room and on YouTube, because we want Don to be a household name. We want the P.I.L.L method to be in everybody's house. We want it to be regular and common knowledge to everyone, even children, so that we can know finally how we can win.
Listen, folks, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Of all that we got 13 people in, could you go down to the bottom of your screen, hit that little button with the arrow coming out of it? Go down, hit that button, and then click on Share on Clubhouse. You can put some emojis in there. You can put some words in there, or you don't have to put anything in there. You can just share it on Clubhouse for me so that you can invite more people in. They need to hear this. It is time out that the banks stop holding us hostage with these higher interest rates. And people who are, let me tell you something, the higher the interest rate, do you know that there's less competition for properties because people have been told the wrong thing? And I'm going to tell you right now, here's what's being told to you. Here's what's being told. Buy property now. Make sure you're getting a good deal on it, even at these higher interest rates, because right now they're about 6.25%. They're getting ready to rise again when the Fed rise. They're thinking about taking a whole basis point. They were talking about 3/4 of a basis point, but they may go to a whole basis point. All right. And that could affect the mortgage interest rates going from 6.25 right now to maybe even 6.5 or 6.75, and low listen, what if it goes to 7%? 7%. You know, when we moved to Huntsville, Alabama back in 2008, the interest rate was 7%. I can show you how to take these higher interest rates and bring them to their knees. In fact, it is easier to manipulate an interest rate that's higher than the one that's lower. So here's what the experts are teaching. The experts are teaching this, that if you get a property at the higher interest rate, then when the interest rates go back down, then refinance out of that. They're saying when the interest rates get better, refinance out of it. I'm telling you right now, lower interest rates are not better interest rates if you are a real estate investor. Okay. Never, ever, ever, never, ever, 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 never, ever refinance for the purpose of just getting a lower interest rate. You are hurting yourself financially. And here's what's not being told. Okay. Everyone assumes that the lower interest rate is the better interest rate. Therefore, the ones that are giving you that strategy aren't giving you the numbers to back up what they're saying. We are just repeating what we have heard for years. We're just repeating it. We're not actually looking at any numbers. And people aren't saying, well, this is why you need to refinance out of this loan, because this is what it's going to ultimately cost you. Here are the numbers involved, and here's why it's better. They're not giving you the numbers. We're going to give you numbers today. I'm up to 10 shares. That's good. That's good. And we have a few more people in here. We have to 16 people in the room right now. But if I had good morning to you online. Oh, good morning, Zoe. We got Zoe saying good morning to us on YouTube this morning. And so let me go ahead and say good morning to the folks who are watching us. All right. Good morning. All right. There we go. We're saying good morning to everybody online. I want to say good morning to everyone here in my chat on Clubhouse. Good morning. All right. All right. All right. So someone says, Husan says, 18% sounds crazy. I wish I could. I wish I could come up. Go listen. Bring Husan up. Come on. He said he wished he could come up. Let's bring him up. 18% sounds crazy. It does sound crazy, but we're going to show you how to beat an 18% mortgage rate. We're going to show you how to beat it today. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can get him to come up. All right. Let me see. Do a little bit of inviting to speak. All right, sir. Come on up. All right. Anyway, that's what we did. We invited you to speak. Just go ahead and answer that. All right. And anyone, listen, we're going to get into this in just a few minutes. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. Julian. All right. All right, so Husan says he can't come right now, maybe later. Oh man, he wish he could come up. He's probably at work listening in, but that's okay. We're going to go over this. And if you want to see what I'm getting ready to put on the screen right now, all right, I'm at 14 shares. If I get one more share, I'm going to put this on the screen so people can see what we're talking about. All right. All right. We're going to see what we're talking about. 18%. I'm going to show you the overall numbers, and then we're going to break it down and show you an actual example of why this is true. All right, we're at 15 shares, Miss Kenyatta. How can the people see what we're putting on the screen right now?
Hi, people. What you want to do is go to ice10kvideos.com, where you can comment, like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And guys, while you're there, do me a favor. Actually look at all the content that Don has there, because you can see past examples as well.
All right, so you definitely want to subscribe, folks, and share, get this information out. All right, thank you very much. Kurt, listen, man, Kurt Nugent is our engineer that puts this information out there. I don't know if he's remote today, if he's traveling or what. Kurt, if it's possible for you to say something to the folks, just let us know because we'd like to hear from you as well. Oh, I think he's coming in here. Kurt Nugent. What's
Hey
up, man?
man, what's going on? What's going on?
Listen, man, tell the folks how in the world they're able to see me online and what you do and how you can help them to level up their online presence by going live. What does that mean for business?
Man, listen, this is one of the things I absolutely love to do, and thank you, Don, for the opportunity to share a little bit here this morning. Family, my name is Kirk Nugent. I get to serve as the official live producer of the P.I.L.L Method Club, the P.I.L.L Method channel, P.I.L.L Method family. I get a chance to work with these beautiful people, these wise, intelligent people who are seeking to serve you with information that will help your family create generational wealth. We're not talking about wealth just for you, not talking about wealth just for the month or for the season, but generational wealth. Teaching you principles, practices that folks don't want us to know, and I'm excited about that. Right, I just want to keep that front and center. What I do, my role in this whole thing is being able to share, being able to help Don and the whole crew put this on all of the different places. So for those who are on Clubhouse, you're hearing me right now because you're listening through Don's interface there that he has in his office that is taking the audio from StreamYard and putting it over in Clubhouse. But the opposite is also true. So if any of you guys decide to raise your hand, and I encourage you to raise your hand as quickly as you possibly can to get on stage and ask your questions, your audio will be heard not only by those in Clubhouse, but for those who are online. For the 14 of you who are online, you guys will also be able to hear the folks speaking on Clubhouse as well. And we want to encourage our folks online to be able to ask your questions in the chat as well. You're going to want to be able to see these examples. You're going to want to be able to ask your questions. We will get those questions in the chat. And what I do is I get to serve as a producer. Don has a specific message he wants to get out there to as many people as possible. And so what we're doing is we're leveraging live video. We're leveraging these platforms, right? We're streaming to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter today to help everyone know how they can pay off their mortgage in 7 years. But more importantly than that, how they can create generational wealth. And it never fails. Every time somebody comes in, a little skeptical, a little unsure, trying to figure out, is this going to work for me? I actually have a friend in the chat today. I want to shout him out. Carvin's Julian is in the chat today. Thank you so much for joining. He said to me yesterday, he's like, man, I'm thinking about buying a house, Don, but I'm not certain because of the interest rates. And I said, man, you got to hear what Don's going to say tomorrow about interest rates. So he is here. And that's what happens. People come in, they have these questions because this is what we've been told for years and years and years, that these are the things you want to avoid. the refinance scenario or strategy to get the lower interest rate. What I like to do is be able to share this information on multiple platforms. I have a little slogan that goes like this: your live stream is your digital storefront. There's no greater way for people to see your superpower, to see your gifting on display than for them to see you do it live. And when you see Don do this thing live, when you see and hear the excitement and the passion with which he's sharing this information, you're going to recognize this is not something he's doing to make a buck. This is something he feels called and led to do. And so because of that, that's why I partner with him and excited to be able to help him share this information. So with that, Don, we're going to throw it back to you. I know we got a couple of comments in the chat as well. Just folks responding to you saying good morning. And I see Carvin's there saying thanks for the invite. But Don, we're going to throw it back to you. Everybody wants to hear what in the world are you going to do with this 18% interest rate?
All right, go ahead and let's put it on the screen.
Absolutely.
Kurt.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for what you're doing. So, folks, we're going to put it on the screen right now, an 18% mortgage. And this is an actual savings and earnings report, the same report that we do for all of our clients. All right. So when you want to know how this works for you, you can get all of this information ahead of time before you decide you want to become a client. So here's what I heard the other day: 18% mortgage for a real estate investor. And there were a ton of moans and groans about 18%, but nobody knew the numbers. So here is, now I didn't know how much they borrowed or anything, but here's a story I'm putting together just so that you can see what 18% will do to a mortgage. So on your screen right now, we have a $200,000 mortgage. This is a multifamily. Okay, this is a multifamily. It is completely rented out, and the investor is cash flowing now $6,000 a month. All right, I need you, if you're hearing me, I need you to go ahead and put $6,000 in the chat. All right, that's how much they're making. They're making $6,000 a month in rent. So when you are a real estate investor, all you need to know is, what am I paying and what am I making? So if you're listening to me, go ahead and put $6,000 in the chat, $6,000 a month in the chat. So I need to know if you're following along with this thing. All right. So go ahead and put that in, write it in. Go ahead. $6,000 a month, $6,000 a month. Go ahead and send that over. And then now we're going to show how much they're actually paying. All right. So we got it in the chat online, and we need it on Clubhouse as well. If you're on Clubhouse, go ahead and put it in the chat, $6,000 a month. There you go. So I got it online. But nobody's responding on Clubhouse yet. What's going on? All right, there it is. Okay, so now we're making $6,000 a month. Now, how much is the mortgage payment? I need you to look over here to the right. Do you see where it says monthly debt payments? Monthly debt payments. I'm highlighting that. Monthly debt payments, $3,014.18. So we're just going to round that off to about $3,000. So how much is he paying out? $314 a month. That's the mortgage payment, $3,014 a month. So if they're paying about $3,000 a month, and they're making $6,000 a month, that's a pretty good place to be in. So let's go ahead and put that in the chat. They are paying out for the mortgage payment $3,014.18 a month. So we're going to put down about $3,000 a month that they're paying out. So how much is the mortgage? Mortgage is $3,000, $3,014. So let's go ahead and put that in the chat. There you go, everybody. So I need to know if you're listening so you can get this. All right, $14.18 a month. All right. Now those are the numbers we're working with. And now, do you see where it says other expenses? Other expenses. Here's how much this person wants to. They're saying, out of the $3,000, almost $3,000 I have left over, I got $2,985.82 left. What I want to do is take 2,000 of those dollars and reinvest it into other properties. Okay. I want to take 2,000 and reinvest. So how much do we want to reinvest? We want to reinvest $2,000. All right. We're going to put that in a fund so we can reinvest it. So that's what we've got. So how much are we reinvesting, folks? $2,000. Let's put that in the chat. We're going to reinvest $2,000. So we're going to take that money, and every month we want to take that money and reinvest it. Now, every real estate investor, let's go ahead and put that in the chat, $2,000 a month we're going to reinvest. Now, what is it that we need? Every real estate investor needs to do this. They need to set aside a certain amount of money to go towards repairs. All right, to repair and do maintenance on their properties. Okay, repairs and maintenance. And in this case, he's taking out 16% to go towards repairs and maintenance. That's $985.82. So $2,000 a month is going into reinvesting. All right. So that's taken away. They're going to buy other properties with that and set up for the next property. And how much is going into to do repairs? $985.82. All right. So that's what we're putting into our reserve fund on a monthly basis. And it comes to 16.4% of the income. All right. So now we're breaking that down. Now, here's what we have here on the next line. I'm going to read it off to you. Having debt is no walk in the park. This month, you'll pay over $2,900 in interest alone. Just what out of all of that, when you make your mortgage payment of $3,014.18, over $2,900 of that money goes to interest. What? Okay, so that's 100% of your monthly payment gone. Now I need you to just watch this next part. On average, over the next 30 years, your bank's plan will cost you more than $2,400 per month in interest. Okay, that's 360 months times $2,400. That's the bank's plan. 360 times 2,400. That is a lot of money. We've got it all broken down for you over here. Okay, so you'll spend, watch this, you'll spend $212.57 in interest for every dollar you pay in principal on the debt this month. $212.57 for every dollar. That's how much you're going to spend in interest. Who wants to put $1 on principal, but for every dollar you put on principal on this loan to pay it down, you also have to give the bank $212.57. Anybody want to do that? Anybody sign? No, they don't want to do that. Okay. So it will be, watch this. It will be August 2048. 2048. That's 26.2 years from now before you have paid off half the debt. Before you've paid off half the debt. 26 years it's going to take, if you just follow the bank's plan, 26 years to pay off half the debt, and you'll still owe over $99,500 on a $200,000 loan. That is crazy. And we're going to show you how to beat that. So let's go down, let's scroll down here and look at these numbers. Okay. When you look at the amount of principal that you borrowed, all right, here's the bank's plan. All right. The bank's plan is if you borrow $200,000, they want you to pay back a total of $1,084,974. $1,084,974 in total. That's principal plus the interest over 30 years. With the P.I.L.L method plan, to pay back the money, you're going to pay back a total of only $372,000, $372,021. How about that? So let's take a look at that. So that is a savings. If you go over to the right, that's a savings of $712,953. Okay. Let's go down to line number 2 here. Line number 2. How much interest is the bank looking for over 30 years? Now, this is a crazy number. Okay. How much money is the bank looking for? On a $200,000 mortgage at 18%, the bank is looking for $884,974. $884,974. That's just the interest that the bank is looking for. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to give them all that money. Here's how much interest this client is going to pay by me showing them these interest cancellation techniques. They're only going to pay $172,021. $172,021. Do you know what interest rate you would have to pay $172,021? You'd have to have an interest rate of 4.67%. If you put all these numbers in, it will come out to exactly that, 4.67%. So if I asked you if you would rather have an 18% mortgage or a 4.67% mortgage, which one would you all choose? Everybody would choose 4.67. All right, they would choose that. I mean, if I had a choice. But what if your financial situation you were in to take advantage of getting this property, which is you're cash flowing $6,000 a month, but would only cost you $3,000 a month to make the mortgage payment. All right. But the only way you could get this is to pay 18%. Get an 18% mortgage. But what we want to do now is see how we can take the 18% mortgage and turn it into something where we're only going to pay $172,000, and we're going to treat the 18% mortgage like it's 4.67%. Now let's go over to the right. That's a $712,953 savings. That is 81% reduction in interest cost. That's saving 81%. That's taking 81% off. So here's the rent on your money. The rent that the bank wants to charge you is $884,000. What we're going to do is show you how to not pay all of that money and how to get a reduction in interest cost by 81% and not sacrifice any money that's going to reinvesting. Just remember, $2,000 of that money is going into reinvesting. We're not using any of that money to pay down on the mortgage. None of it. $2,000 a month going to reinvesting. Now look at this. So that's $712,000 interest saved. That's 81%. And now, instead of 30 years, and I need people to put that in the chat, 30 years, instead of having 30 years, a mortgage for 30 years, put that in the chat, 30 years, because that's what we're being told. This is a 30-year mortgage, and you must keep the loan for 30 years. No, you don't. So everybody put 30 years in the chat. 30-year mortgage in the chat. Come on, 30 years. All right, 30 years. There it is. All right, I'm seeing it on Clubhouse. Let's go ahead and put it in there on online as well. 30 years, okay? So that's what we're looking at, folks. But no, we don't want it for 30 years. Look immediately to the right. This house is going to be paid off in 7.8 years. 7.8. We're going to show you how to get it from 30 years. Even though it is an 18% mortgage, we're going to get it down to 7.8. I need you to put that in the chat. 7.8. All right, I'm seeing it, folks. Listen, I see you responding. I'm seeing you putting it in there. I'm down. Listen, I'm at 19 shares. Let's see if we can go ahead and share as well. Go ahead and keep sharing it out into the hallway, because now we have 21 people in here watching this. We've had 55 people come through the room. We want to make sure we get more people in it. Is it possible to get up to 25 shares? Is that possible? So more people can see what we're doing. Now, remember, we are at 30 years at 18%. And these numbers say that we can actually save $712,000 in interest that the bank will never receive. and pay off in 7.8 years, you know that is a reduction of 22.2 years. That's taking 22 years off of a 30-year mortgage, and we're doing well. We're going to reinvest most of the money. What? We're going to reinvest most of this money and do well. All right, now, here is the next line. Here's the next line. This is why we call it a savings and earnings report. Look at this. I'm going to read it straight across. You'll be making debt payments for the next 30 years instead of building wealth on the bank's plan. You will make no money. Okay? You will make no money using their plan because you're going to be paying all of that money for the next 30 years. Or with the P.I.L.L method, we'll use your 22.2 years saved to start building wealth. You can take that money that you did not pay the bank and over the next 22 years, turn that money into $1,190,592. What? Not only are you paying off the debt in 7.8 years, but you can take the money that the bank thought they were going to get and turn it into $1,190,000 for your family by reinvesting that money, not giving it to the bank, but investing it to yourself. And here's the good part, folks. By taking that money, $1,190,000, by taking that money and building up for your family, do you know what? That $1 million, that's earning 1%. That's 1% earnings on your money. 1%. 1%. Even at 1% earnings on your money, it comes to $1,190,000. I know you can get better than 1%. I know you can invest. You can listen. You can get a CD better than that. And if they're putting it into real estate, that's growing right now at an average of 16 or 17% a year. 16 to 20% a year, putting it into real estate. Remember, they're taking $2,000 a month and putting that back into real estate investing. You know they're going to make way more than $1,190,000. Wow. Let me show you side by side what this looks like, folks. Let me show you side by side what this looks like. The left side is the bank side. Look here, in the red. Look at the bank side in the red. Look at here, starting out 200,000, and look, you're paying it off. Look at the red part. I'm scrolling down, and it's going to take 30 years to pay it to zero. Look at this. Look at the right side, the P.I.L.L method side. We're starting out here at the top, and in 5 years, look here, in 5 years, we're down to 104,000. Then down to 72,000, then 34,000. And in the 8th year, we actually have a surplus of cash in 8 years. We actually are putting money away in savings. The year after that, we could have 56 grand in the bank. While the person who has this other 18% loan has only paid it down to $196,000 in 9 years. In 9 years over here, we already have 56 grand in the bank. Wow. That is strong. Now, I'm going to show you. Listen, are there any questions at this point? Any questions about what we've gone over at this point? Raise your hand, come up to the stage, and listen. There is another person that I've recently met. There's Credit Goddess. Okay. So make her moderator. All right. I'm sure Kenyatta will be back in here soon. There's a person that I recently met that paid off their mortgage, and he's our latest celebrity endorsement. And while you're thinking about it, formulating your question and getting ready to come up to the stage on what you just learned, let's hear from Dr. Eric Thomas. Yes, that's your boy E.T. Let's hear what he has to say about the P.I.L.L method before I actually show you the breakdown on these numbers.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down for my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to switch screens here. Now, at this point, I have no questions. So we're going to let Credit Goddess introduce herself, and then we're going to do a recap, and then we're going to break down these numbers. Credit Goddess, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Will you introduce yourself and tell us who you are, please?
Yes, absolutely. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit and the official credit expert for the P.I.L.L Method crew here. I'm a credit score improvement strategist and a business credit consultant. If any of you guys are interested in my services, the number is in my bio, 888-557-5778, where you can send your name and email address, and let's get started on your credit journey. Thank you, Don.
You are so welcome. So here's what we're talking about, Credit Goddess, this morning. I actually showed where a real estate investor had an 18% mortgage, and we put in a $200,000 mortgage for 30 years at 18%. The bank wants over $800,000 in interest on this loan that they're not going to receive. They're only going to receive $172,000 based on this. And now we said out of the $6,000, because it's a multifamily, out of the $6,000 in rents that they're taking in, the mortgage payment is $3,014.18. Out of that money that's left over, they're taking $2,000 of the monies that they're making, that they're cash flowing, and they're reinvesting that money. So they're taking 16.4% of that money, $985.82, and they're putting that money into a reserve fund so that they can do repairs on their building. All right. So that's what this is what we're doing. And based on that scenario, Credit Goddess, we're not going to pay this loan off in 30 years, but 7.8 years, because we're going to save $712,953. Now, why is this important? Because to pay $172,000 in interest, they have to have a mortgage of 4.67%. To pay $172,021. So if you're in a position where to take advantage of this deal, you had to take an 18% mortgage, it's cash flowing, let's now make the money and pay less interest. You follow along, Miss Credit Goddess? You follow me so far? All right, folks, let's go ahead and break this thing all the way down. I'm going to bring this over to the screen now. Here's an amortization schedule I'm bringing over. All right, here is the $200,000 mortgage at 18%. If you want to see this, if you're new to the room, we're up to 22 shares. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get it up to 25 shares. So if you're in the room right now, if you're new, then you want to, and if you want to see this example, go to ice10kvideos.com. ice10kvideos.com. That will take you to our YouTube channel, and you can see this example. I have $200,000 on here at 18%. The payment, look here, I wasn't telling you a lie. It is $3,014.17. Let's scroll down to the summary, and you'll see the exact same numbers. Okay. Now, here it is. The total interest that the bank wants over 30 years is $885,101.20. That makes the total repaid $1,085,101. 10120. Is anyone want to pay $1 million for a $200,000 home? No, not even if it's cash flowing, okay? Even if it's cash flowing almost $3,000 a month. Nobody wants to pay that much interest, okay? So let's take a look over at the total interest paid as a percentage of principal. Over to the right, 442%. 442%. Nobody wants to pay that. Now, let me show you how we could take advantage of a higher interest rate if that's what we have. In this case, all right, remember, we have 18% and the payment is $3,014.17. I'm down to payment number one, and I want you to see this. And for some people, this is going to be shocking. All right. For some people, this is going to be shocking. We have 18 people online watching this. We got 23 people in the room. All right. We had 22 shares. Please share the room out just a few more times. But listen to this. Listen to this. How much goes to principal? Can I get somebody who wants to come up and help me with this, that can actually see the examples, so other people that can know that I'm not just making this up? All right. Especially if you're just on Clubhouse and you're not watching the example. But if there's anybody that's watching this that wants to come up and help, please raise your hand. So here's what we've got. We've got $14.17 going to principal, $3,000 going to interest. How much going out of this? You're making a payment of over $3,000. How much actually pays down the loan? I want you to put into the chat right now, $14.17. $14.17, because this is crucial. I need you to put that in. $14.17. Please put that in the chat on Clubhouse and put it in online. All right. Go ahead. Put that in. All right. So listen, go ahead and put that in. $14.17. Go ahead and put that in the chat. All right. $14.17. This is how much the bank wants you to make a payment of over $3,000, but only $14.17 pays down the loan. Isn't that crazy money? Isn't that crazy? $14.17. Now, let's pretend that the first payment is in January. We're making our January payment, and $3,014.17. Thank you for everybody who's responding. I've got it in the chat on both sides, on Clubhouse and online. So people are watching. You are engaged this morning. Oh man, I am so glad that you're engaged this morning. This is so much fun. All right. So we got people in from listen, I want to thank the people from the Black Think Tank for allowing us to share this in the room this morning. So $14.17. I want you to see this now. We made our payment in January. We don't have another payment till February, but look at February's principal payment. February's principal payment is $14.38. Here's my question. Do I have to wait till February to give the bank the $14.38 I'm seeing on the screen? All right. Anybody want to put that in the chat? Tell me the answer. Do I have to wait till February to give the bank that $14.38? Anybody want to put the answer in the chat? Okay. All right. So Jonathan says, no, I don't have to wait. All right. He says, no, I don't have to wait. You're right, Jonathan. I don't have to wait. All right. So online, Carvins, Julian said, I don't have to wait. So if I make my regular payment in January and I give the bank February's principal payment, only $14.38, guess what happens? I'm paid down to line 2 on my principal balance right now in January. I just got rid of line 2 on my amortization schedule for $14.38. It's gone. It's wiped out. $14.38 extra. That's it. And I eliminate if I waited till the first of the month, it would take $3,014.17 to make line 2 go away. But if I'm looking at this and I prepay $14.38, line 2 is gone. And what happened to the interest cost on line 2? The $2,999.79 that the bank was looking for. What happened to that? What happened to $2,999.79 that the bank was looking for? It's canceled. I never have to pay it. This real estate investor just saved. This real estate investor just saved $2,999.79 in interest they'll never have to pay just because they prepaid $14.38. Wow, wow, wow. Listen, folks, if that's not worth that's not worth just a few more shares, I don't know what is. Miss Coffee Brown, it's good to see you this morning. How are you, ma'am?
Good morning, Don. How are you?
Listen, I'm excited this morning. I am excited this morning because I've just went over how we're turning a 18% mortgage into something that looks more like 4.67% instead.
My God.
Yeah.
My God. You know, Don, it's just such a blessing to have you with us. I tell you what, I just decree and declare that you're gonna have some serious long life and amazing health, because this is you've got to be around to keep teaching the sons and daughters about this. This is something that is unfortunate that it's not the normal conversation. This should be normalized. Somebody said, I think in the room on this past Wednesday, that children need to learn this in high school. And I disagree. I think they need to learn it when they start having any understanding of knowledge, period. We're talking 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, so they can start retaining this information and be prepared for life. You know, Don, we only get our children for a very short period of time, and their adulthood is a long period of time. And unfortunately, because of ignorance, and not willful ignorance, but simple ignorance, just not knowing the information, we make some very poor financial decisions. So if we can equip our children starting from their tiny toddler years to be successful, then we will see transformative generational blessings that we've never seen in the earth before, because of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we've obtained. So thank you so much for this room and this incredible information that you share each and every week to save and transform generations, not just our lives, but generations to come. So we honor you and respect everything that you do, Don. So I yield that mic back to you.
Thank you very much, Coffee. Listen, we're here telling them this, but this is exciting information. But could you tell the folks who you are and what you do, and then I'll jump right back into what we were teaching.
Absolutely. My name is Coach P. Coffee Brown. I'm here in the great state of Texas by way of Houston. Currently, by day, I am a licensed risk management advisor, AKA insurance agent. I lead a team of insurance agents so that we can make certain that the people in Texas are fully protected and covered. By night, I am an entrepreneur. I have a publishing house, 8-time international best-selling publishing house. We published over 60 authors so far in an 18-month time span. And so we help creators, collaborators, and entrepreneurs to understand the importance of a published work. They have to have something published that outlives them. Just like you, Don, having that published work is not optional, it's mandatory to be able to be an authority and an SME in whatever industry that you're in, and a respected leader in that regard. So we do that. And we also have a boutique, a phenomenal boutique, which enhances professional and play when it comes to how great we as women look. So again, my name is Coach P. Coffee Brown, certified master life coach here in the great state of Texas by way of Houston. And you can never have a good conversation without a great cup of coffee. Don, I yield that mic back to you.
All right, all right. Listen, folks, here's what we've got going on. So right now, we've just showed on our screen, all right? We just showed on our screen, if we paid a mortgage payment in January of $3,014.17, all we have to add to it at an 18%. Now, remember, this is a $200,000 mortgage at 18%. Okay. So all we have to do is prepay the $14.38 on line 2, and line 2 goes away. Our next mortgage payment for February now is on line 3. Wow. We just got rid of one whole payment for $14.38, and we just saved $2,999.79 that we don't have to pay. You remember that $800,000 that the bank wanted? We just reduced it by nearly $3,000. Where else can you invest $14.38 and get a guaranteed return of $2,999.79? Where else can you do that? On a on an 18% mortgage right here. We're going to show you how to beat the bank at their own game. Now, watch this, folks. Watch this. All right. Because we're at the top of the hour. We're getting ready to do a reset here. But I want to show you this before we do our reset. So we have 14. So we're going to make our payment in January. Look at this. Look at this. What if, based on what you just learned, what if we gave the bank an additional, the principal payment on line 2, line 3, and line 4? What if we did that? All right. So I got a question here. Do you add the additional principal payment with the first payment? You can do it with the first payment, Julian, Carvins, or you can do. All you have to do is just make sure you make it before the next payment is due. You can send it in with the payment, or anytime during the month. Anytime during the month. Just make sure it's paid before the first of the next month, before the next payment is due. That's it. So what if we made our regular payment of $3,014.17 in January, took a look at our amortization schedule, and gave the bank the next 3 principal payments, $14.38, $14.60, and $14.82. Let's add it all up together and give that to the bank. All right. So what do we got there? And we gave that to the bank a little over, what is that? 40, a little over $40. 40 bucks. We just eliminated 4 payments from this mortgage. And in February, we'd be on line 5. But we've nearly saved nearly $9,000 in interest we never have to pay because we gave the bank $14.38. $14.60 and $14.82. Has anybody ever showed you that before? How powerful interest cancellation techniques are once you learn how to read this schedule, because interest payments you skip don't matter. Interest payments you skip don't matter. I got Miss Bridget here. Miss Bridget, how are you doing today? Come on. I need a little help this morning. Miss Bridget, how are you? I don't know if she can speak to us now.
Hey.
There she is. How are you doing, Miss Bridget?
I'm doing amazing. Always when I see you in a room, stop in. This is amazing. This is some good stuff.
All right. So Miss Bridget, so here's what we've got. All right. We have a $200,000 mortgage. I learned this in BOB the other day. All right. I learned this in BOB that a real estate investor had an 18% mortgage, and you should have heard the moans and the groans when they heard 18% without actually knowing the numbers. And I said, if you learn how to read an amortization schedule, you can make an 18% mortgage work for you if that's where you are. Okay. Now, the reason why we're going,
yes.
all right, the reason why we're going over this is because the Fed is getting ready to raise interest rates again. Okay, again, and the mortgage rates could respond And right now we're at about 6.25. We could be, by the time the Fed is done doing what they're doing, we could be at 6.5, 6.75. It could actually go to 7%. And people are going to be going out of their minds. 7%. We were just at 2.99. I'm trying to let folks know that even at 7%, if you can afford the payment, you can bring your mortgage down to its knees and pay a lot less interest if you know what to do. So here's what we're talking about, Miss Bridget. So we got payments of $14 out of $3,000. We got payments like $14 and $15 out of $3,000 going to principal. The rest of that money is going to interest. We're going to learn that when you look at the amortization schedule, you're going to see this and get encouraged, not discouraged. You're going to do this. Vivian says, I never heard of that nor saw that before. Thank you, Miss Vivian. Thank you. But listen, when you see it, when you actually see it, it just boggles the mind. Now, I want to take you back. I'm going to minimize this. Okay. We're going to minimize it. Boom. And look here. I want to show you. All right. I want to show you back here where we had, we've got $6,000 in income coming in. Our payment is $3,014.18. We're taking $2,985.82, and we're breaking that down. $2,000 of that money goes into reinvesting the property. $985.82 goes into our account to do maintenance and repairs. That's 16.4% of our income we're putting into that account. So look at this. I want you to take a look at this $985.82. That's sitting in the bank. And it's making maybe 1/10 of 1%. Okay. So our program says, let's take that money, let's build it up a little, and then take a portion of that money, not all of it, just a portion of it, because we got to build it up. This real estate investor already has, because they've been in the game a while, this real estate investor already has about $20,000 in the bank. All right, that they built up over the years. $20,000. Okay, so here's my question: this $985.82. Let's bring back up that mortgage. We're going to bring it back up. All right. Now, if they out of the $20,000 that they have in savings, could they take $985 out of the savings and apply it to principal on this loan? I need you to take a look at cumulative principal and cumulative interest. Cumulative principal and cumulative interest. See, every month we're adding up how much money goes to principal. In the first year, look at this, $184.79. Only $184.79 goes to principal in the first year. I need you all to see that. All right. I need you all to see it. I need you all to see this and write it in the chat. If we do it the bank's way, in 1 year, only $184.79 pays down the loan. I need you to put that in the chat. $184.79. 184.79. Would you put that in the chat? $184.79. Put that in the chat if you are seeing these numbers. There you go, Bridget. If you all want to see this, if you're new to the room, go to ice10kvideos.com, ice10kvideos.com, and watch this. All right. I see that $184.79 in 1 year goes to principal. How much goes to interest? Oh my goodness. It's going to take you a while to write this one down, but I need to see it. I need to see it in the chat. $35,985.25. $35,000. $35,985.25 goes to interest in the first year. That is criminal. $35,000. $985.25. Put that in the chat. That's how much will go to interest if we pay the loan down the way the bank wants us to. But here's my question, folks. Here's my question. Oh, they're putting it in. They're putting it in the chat. $35,985.25 in the chat. I saw that's the interest. I also saw in the chat $184.79 that goes to principal. Oh my goodness. Here's my question, though, folks. If we know we got to give the bank the $184.79 eventually, do we have to give it to them in 12 monthly installments? Do we have to give it to them in $14 and $15 payments? Do we have to give the $184.79 in 12 monthly payments? I need the answer. I need that. Somebody said no. Bridget said not at all. Okay. So listen, what if we gave the bank the $184.79? We make our regular mortgage payment. And out of the money that we're putting in the bank, we got 20 grand in the bank. Could I take $184.79 out of the bank, out of my bank account that's making 0.1%, and apply it to the mortgage all in 1 month? Would I be paid down to line 12 in just 1 month instead of 12 months? Oh my gosh. Vivian says, no, we do not. We don't have to wait. We don't have to wait. Vivian says, we could put that $184.79 on the mortgage all at one time, and we could take it out of our savings account. $184.79 applied to this loan as an extra payment will knock off 11 payments we never have to make. And we save the interest between line 2 and line 12 we never have to pay. So instead of paying the bank $35,985.25 to pay the loan down to line 12, we only pay the $3,000 on line 1. That's it. We just knocked off 1 year's worth of payments with a payment of $184.79. Folks, do you see why? Do you see why now the bank does not want you to learn how to read an amortization schedule? Do you see why now? Listen, this video should go viral. This video that I'm doing right now today should go viral, and it only can do that if you start sharing this thing right now. Share it out into the hallway. Share it on YouTube. Share it if you're watching me on Instagram. On LinkedIn, share it. If you're on Twitter, share it. If you're watching me on Facebook, please share it. And get everybody in here so that they can see what would happen if they had an 18% mortgage. Wow, wow, and wow. So remember.
And wow again, Don.
Okay, exactly. So, folks, listen. I can't, anybody in there want to listen? I can't believe that we only have 20 people in here. Listen, the whole of Clubhouse is missing this. Listen, if somebody was talking about, somebody stole some money from somebody, a celebrity, did something they weren't supposed to do. I mean, we have 1,000 people in here. Okay. But now that we can now show you how you can save all of this money with $184.79 because of how the amortization schedule is constructed. It's constructed so that the bank can make a lot of money. They want to make $35,985.25 in 1 year while you pay the mortgage down by $184.79. You can switch that around, pay them the $184.79 up front, and save that $35,000. Lord have mercy. You do not have to pay it. You do not have to pay it. Has anybody ever explained this to you before? Have you ever seen this before? Does Dave Ramsey talk about this? Does Susie Orman talk about this? Does any of the financial gurus on radio or TV or on the internet talk about this? I want to tell you right now, there's only one book. There's only one book that breaks this thing down. All of Amazon, out of 33 million titles, only one book breaks this down. The Pill Method, A Better Way to Eliminate Debt. The Pill Method, A Better Way to Eliminate Debt is the only book that does this. And we're going to get into the opportunity cost calculator. But folks, get the book. Go to you go to the link above and click on that. Or you can go to ice10kbook.com. ice10kbook.com. And it'll take you straight to my book on Amazon, and it's the only book on Amazon out of 33 million titles that helps you to understand what we're talking about now. Only one book. Why is that? Why is that? Why is this stuff hidden from us to the point where nobody's even writing about it? Because it's not taught at any level of financial education. Then Don, how did you get it? How did you come to know this information? Because I'm autistic, because I have Asperger's. Okay. When I look at an amortization schedule, I see the patterns, the pictures and the patterns. This is a God-given gift. I did not sit down and see how I could upset this apple cart. I didn't sit down and say, you know what? Let me figure out what's going on here with these mortgages. No, I didn't do that at all. I just happened to look at an amortization schedule of about 16 years ago, and we've been building more information ever since because I see things differently. And because of the way that I see them, I am now sharing that with you. It is now contained in the book, and we've also built a computer program that tells you exactly what to do and when. I'm going to show you one other thing, and we're going to reset the room properly. One last thing. All right. Remember, let's go back. Go ahead and get the book now. Go ahead and make sure you get that book today. Start teaching these things to your family and to your friends. All right. But especially your children. Your children follow you. Your children and your grandchildren, your nieces and your nephews. If you can't use the information, who else can use it? Get the book and share it with someone who is tired of spending their children's inheritance on interest.
Hey, Don.
Do something else. Yes.
Hey, Don, man, I just got a text from my friend Carvins. You see him in the chat there. He says he's grabbing the book. He also said he has his wife watching with him. He's mind blown about the information you're sharing. I just want you to touch on one thing. Why is it that we don't, that this information is, you usually do a thing where you ask people if they go to their favorite department store and they get something on sale.
Right.
They normally show them something at the bottom of the receipt, just to tell them why they should buy again on sale. Right. Walk them through that piece if you don't mind.
Listen, I'd be glad to. Folks, what he's talking about, what Kirk is talking about is, what is it that when you buy something on sale, all right, there are people who love to go discount shopping. They love to go discount shopping. And when you go discount shopping, all right, and then you buy something on sale, what do they print at the bottom of the receipt? They print how much you saved, right? Okay. And why do they do that? Why do they print how much you saved? Why do they do that? All right. I just lost I got to get you back on. Why do they print how much you saved?
I'm still here.
Why do they do that?
They do that because they want you to see what you saved so that you can come back and do it again.
Exactly. Now, how many have put extra money on a mortgage, a student loan, a credit card, or car loan? They paid more than what was required. They put an extra amount on principal. Okay. You know that you're saving time and you know that you're saving interest, correct? Correct.
Absolutely.
So now here's the thing, folks. Here's what I need you to has the bank ever sent you a receipt saying, here's how much interest you saved?
Never in my life. Student loan, car loan, credit card, or mortgage. Never.
They never would show you that. So they never want you to know. Your your department store wants to know. Your grocery store wants you to know what you're saving. Any other store that you buy something on sale, okay? You're going to find out how much you save. But when you pay extra on the mortgage, they don't even bother to tell you. And you know what else? You know what else is more important than that? We don't even bother to ask how much we saved.
Jesus.
Because we're conditioned not to ask. We're conditioned. Banking's the only thing that I know of where we give money and we don't know what we're buying when we pay extra. I want to ask you something. If you had this mortgage, $200,000 at 18%, and you put an extra $184.79 on it, and the bank gave you a receipt saying, thank you very much for the extra payment of $184.79, and they sent you a receipt that says, here's how much interest you just saved, $32,987.77. Oh my goodness. What if they sent you that receipt? What would you do with that information? We got 20 people online watching this. We have 20 people in here in Clubhouse watching this, and I'm at 28 shares. I've got no clips, but you can clip some of this information. Please go ahead and share this out in the hallway while we do a quick reset. Folks, you are in the Black Think Tank Club. And I thank the folks at Black Think Tank for allowing us to use their stage to bring this information in here. Go ahead and click that greenhouse at the top and join their club. Also, you can click on my bio, scroll all the way down, and join the P.I.L.L Method Club as well. Go ahead and follow the moderators. Go ahead and follow me because, listen, I'm going to be talking about this stuff more and more and more and more. As I learn more stuff from Clubhouse, as I learn more about the problems people have, we're going to show you how using these techniques, we can eliminate the problems. We just went over what would happen if we paid $184.79 extra in the first month we paid on this mortgage. It would save us $32,987.77. What if the bank told you that? All right. Now, I'm going to go back to do a quick reminder. But before we do, I need you to hear from someone else who is saving this kind of money, who learned this process before. The number one motivational speaker in the entire world uses the P.I.L.L method to manage his finances. Here's what he has to say, and we'll get back into it.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down for my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
Listen, everybody. I need you to see this, and I want to thank S. Baker. All right, let's put her comment on the screen. S. Baker says, "God bless you, Mr. Daniel, for your heart to serve others and share this information. I have ordered my book." Thank you so very much, S. Baker, for watching this and sharing this information out, making sure that other people get this information. Listen, folks, you can do your part. You can help this thing go viral. People need to know. Nobody else is teaching this. Dave Ramsey isn't teaching this. Susie Orman isn't teaching this. Any other guru that has anything to do with paying off the debt, they're not teaching this. This is something that is more powerful than the debt snowball and the avalanche methods combined. And that's where we're stuck. I'm telling you, once people know the P.I.L.L method, they're going to start inviting the P.I.L.L method to their churches and organizations instead of some of these other programs that have been around for years that don't tell you anything about how much interest you can save. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back to our screen. I want to show you. Remember, I said this real estate investor has about $20,000 in the bank. All right. And now they're out of their $2,985.82 that they're cash flowing every month. They're only putting 16.4% of that money into the bank to do repairs and maintenance. The $2,000 a month is going into reinvesting into their building more property, building their portfolio every single month. So what would happen? We saw what would happen if we took $184 out and put it on the mortgage. What would happen if they took this right here, this $985.82? They already have 20 grand in the bank. What if they put the $985.82? They took that amount of money just 1 month, and applied that to the mortgage instead of the $184. Let's see. Let's bring it back up. 900. Oh, okay. What was it? 900. Oh, I listen, even I forgot. $985.82. $985.82. Do you see cumulative principal here? Cumulative principal. Let's go down. $985.82. I'm scrolling down. $985. Ooh, look here. Here's $985.72. Look at this. It takes off 48 months. It's going to save them a whopping $140,000 they don't have to pay. I need you to put that in the chat. If they put $985.72, will you please put that in the chat? $985.72. $985.72. $985.72. Put that in the chat. $985.72. $985.72. Put that in the chat. And then right behind it, saves on the next line, $140,000.
And saves them 4 years, Don. That's 4 years off the mortgage.
4 years off the mortgage. 4 years. 4 years and $140,000. Kurt, now listen, Kurt, you realize you've been with me the entire time. Okay? This is show number 112. Yep. This is episode 112. In all of those previous shows, have we ever done anything this powerful before?
Nothing. I've never seen you go over 18% mortgage, and I'm sitting here with my mind blown. My sister and I are trying to figure out 140,000. Jesus. $985, less than $1,000. That's less than $1,000.
Exactly.
And it takes off 4 years off of the mortgage.
4 years. 4 years off.
It's information, Don. This is information. You can't make a good decision if you don't know how to play the game.
No.
And this information is critical. It's absolutely critical.
This video needs to go viral. I need your help. I need your help, folks. If you see it on Facebook, if you see it on your YouTube, go ahead and share it out to people, folks. Get this information out there and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get this information out. $982.72. This is money that the renters are paying This is extra money above after the mortgage is paid. They're only going to take $982.72 out and pay it. Kurt, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I got more information here. All right. Okay. You want to see something? I'm going to show you something even more powerful. I'm going to show you something even more powerful. But first, I want people who are waiting to hear how they can do this for their mortgage, how they can find out. I need you to click the link above.
Yeah.
Click the link above.
It's scrolling on the bottom too, Don.
Okay. Scrolling on the bottom. Okay. Yeah. And so that you can get a savings and earnings report that looks just like the one we were showing. You will get one exactly like that to know the month, day, and year you could be debt free with your interest rate.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't have an 18% mortgage. Lord have mercy. You don't have an 18% mortgage. I'm going to show you how to kill this thing. So, and how we can take the mortgage that you have, by the time I get through with it, it will be something more like 1% or less, less than 1%. By the effective interest rate on your mortgage could be 1% or less by the time the P.I.L.L method gets through with it. And all you got to do, folks, is go to the and click on where it says get a savings and earnings report. Get a savings and earnings report. Get that report. Follow the instructions, especially the instruction right above where you put in your cell phone number and click on confirm. I need you to read the instructions carefully. When you hit the confirm, when you get confirm, read the instructions carefully. And then when you wait for the code, we're going to send that to you as a text message. You're going to get a code as a text message. Take that code and put it right back into the website. And then, everything will light up after that. And you can click on, yes, I want to save. Put in your financial information. And what is it, Kurt?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know. Maybe the thing has run out. But what should they put for? How did they hear about us? Should they just put Instagram, or should they put?
No. Once they get to the second page, it's going to ask you, how did you hear about us? All right. Even though you heard about it or wherever you're on the streaming platform or whatever, I don't want you to put that in there. Okay. I don't want you to put that in. I want you to scroll down to other, and I want you to put a coupon code in. Here's your coupon code. Are you ready? Your coupon code is this: ICE 10K. ICE 10K. When you put that in, whatever program you qualify for, and all you have to do is have between 1 mortgage and 10 mortgages. Now, you don't have to. Our program works on any program, on any type of loan. So put all your loans in. But you to qualify for this particular offer, you have to have at least 1 mortgage. But put all your other debt in as well, between 1 mortgage and 10 mortgages. Whatever program you qualify for, I'll take $1,000 off, because a little while ago we went over 10,000 followers on Clubhouse, and because of that, we're celebrating by doing 10K in 10 days. We've already had people who took advantage. Many people have taken advantage of the discounts so far. Okay. And we have a few left. It runs out on the 18th of this month. That is on Monday at midnight. Monday at midnight, this runs out. You have to have everything completed and become a client officially. If you don't become a client before Monday, if all of your stuff is ready, okay, if all of it's done, then you can take advantage of this, but it has to be in before Monday midnight, and you can get $1,000 off. We're doing that for the next 10 people. We've already gotten, so we only have a few $1,000 gifts left. And you can take advantage of this program. And it is a lifetime program. What do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. I have a client right here in Huntsville, Alabama, just one. I'm only telling you about one, okay? But they paid off their mortgage. They became a client in 2008. They became a client. They paid their fee, and they paid off their first mortgage in 6.5 years. Put a renter in that, and then got another mortgage, paid that one off, got another mortgage. And so now they're paying off their third. Next year, they'll be paying off their third mortgage. Their oldest child is 8 years old, and they've already paid off. They'll be paying off 3 mortgages. And because it's a lifetime program, they haven't paid another dime since 2008. Not another dime on this program. It's a lifetime program. You pay for it once, and you can use it over and over and over again, saving hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest that these folks are now reinvesting back into their building generational wealth by monies that they're no longer paying in interest. So, folks, if you want to know the month, day, and year you could be debt free and how much interest you can save, then go to click on get a savings and earnings report. You can go to my ice10k.com, or you can go to the link above our heads. You can even go to ICE 10K reports, and it'll take you directly there. ICE 10K reports, and it'll take you directly there, and you can fill this out for yourself, but fill it out completely. Because if it's not filled out completely and my staff gets a hold of it and we give you a call and there's information missing, we're going to give it back to you. But you got to get it back to us in time, and you go to the bottom of the queue. We have to confirm all of the information to make sure it's correct and make sure that you get a consultation and become a client, and you can take the $1,000 off of the program. Okay. So folks, I need you to take care of that right now. Okay. So now that you know what's going on, let's dive back into here, because I promise to give you better information, more information that we've talked about before. So we're going back here, putting the amortization schedule on the screen. All right. And if there's any questions about this, raise your hand, come on up. All right. We got 29 shares. All right. So here's what we got, folks. Let's go ahead and put this on the screen. And we got our amortization schedule. There it is. Now we're going to take a look at our, it says, well, Don, right now, this is a program where the real estate investor wants to take $2,000 a month and put it into their and reinvest it. What if they wanted to do more? What if they wanted to do 2,500? They want to invest more. Look what happens now. Okay. Everything else is the same. They're taking $2,500 of the rents that they're bringing in, and they're reinvesting that. All that's left over is $485.82 monthly. That's going into the reserve fund. $485.82 out of the almost $3,000 they have left over after all the bills are paid. The rest of the money is going into investments. Look what happens when we do that. Instead of $884,000, we're only going to pay $253,734. Remember when I said that the interest rates are right around 6.5% right now? 6.5% right now. The effective interest rate to pay $253,734 instead of $884,000. What? It is, you would need to have an interest rate of 6.47%, less than 6.5%, 6.47%. Now, it says, Don, how do we know that to be true? That it would be 6.47%. Okay. Now I'm going to minimize this. Okay. Uh-oh, I didn't want to do that. I did that wrong. All right, let's bring that back. Bring that back. I want to bring this up. Sorry. I want to bring this up. All right. And we're going to do another one of these. All right. And we're going to put in Brett Whistle. All right. And we're going to do our 200,000 at 18%. You see that? And this is what it would be at 18%. Okay. Now I'm going to put it in at 6.47%. 6.47%. And I'm going to show you. Now, if people had a choice between the 18% mortgage and the mortgage at 6.47%, you know which one they would choose. They'd choose the 6.47% in a heartbeat and think it was a gift. 6.47 as opposed to this. Now, I need you to see this. Watch this. Here is the total amount of interest that they would pay. $253,684.40 over 30 years. Okay. So it's the same amount. Let me bring this back up. 6.47%. Look at this. 253,734. 253,734. 253. Look at here. Look at that. Total interest paid, 253,000. 668.40. It's right there, folks. It's right there. Look at that. 6.47%. Now, what would that work for the other one? Let's bring that back up. So we're gonna minimize this. Bring this back up. There it is. All right. We're going to bring it back up, and then we're going to go to 18%. And look at this. $172,021. $172,021. If they want to put $2,000 away for reinvesting, and put $895 in their account, and we're going to use that every now and then, build it up and put strategic payments towards the loan to kill $712,000 worth of interest. We would have to have an interest rate of 4.67%. Watch this. We're going to do that loan 4.67. So we're going to change this to 4.67%. Take this payment out. So you can have an 18% mortgage or 4.67% mortgage. Look at the amount. Here's the payment now, $1,033.67. Here's the amount of interest. Look at this. Total interest paid, $172,121.20. Let's bring this back. $172,121. $172,021. I'm actually paying less interest. I'm actually paying less interest here at 18% than if we had it at 4.67%. If we had it at 4.67% over 30 years, the bank wants $172,121.20. But I can use this. I can use this, folks, an 18% mortgage and pay even less interest than if the bank was charging me 4.67%. Look at that. Is that mind-blowing or what? Folks, I can take an 18% mortgage and make it perform better and save more interest than 4.67. So the higher interest rates don't matter. So interest payments you skip don't matter. Now, how do I know that? Okay. So Kurt, I need you to come back online. Are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So listen, you got a brand new credit card. Okay.
Yeah. Brand new.
Brand new, 7% interest.
Yep.
You're charged on that this month $2,000.
Yep.
You pay off $2,000 next month.
Yeah.
How much interest did you pay?
No interest.
No interest. What if it's 15% interest?
As long as I paid it off the next month, no interest.
Okay, hold on for a second. I've got Kurt. Will you take over for just a second? I got to go on silent here. Just tell him a little bit about it. Maybe interview. I got to talk to my wife. She's trying to talk to me.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
So what Don is talking about here is the principle that he's been sharing multiple times over, and that is interest you skip doesn't matter. Interest that you skip doesn't matter. So a lot of times we look at it and say, well, I definitely got to pay on this particular thing because I have a 15% interest rate on it. But the problem is you're not going to pay that full amount because you're not actually staying around. Given the bank's timing, the bank's payment methods, you're not staying around for that to be able to have that apply to your situation. So I see S. Baker says, my God, because it's starting to hit home. It's quite literally, an information, the information overload that we're experiencing right now. As Don said, I've been around for all of these 112, I believe it is, episodes. And even at 112, I still am surprised and shocked when I think about how we have been, essentially bamboozled, duped, whatever you want to call it, fooled into thinking that we are operating under best practices when we manage our finances in a particular way. When we go for the lower interest rate, make our payments on time. Yeah, we may make an extra payment here or there, but we never think to ask, what are we saving? Is there a better way? One of the sub taglines for the P.I.L.L method is a better way to eliminate debt. And the reason why Don named it that is because he recognized that people were searching for a better way to manage their finances, a better way to eliminate debt, a better way to establish generational wealth for themselves.
I'm back, sir.
There he is. But
all right, so
yeah, we were talking. I was just saying to them, interest payments that you skip don't matter.
Interest payments you skip don't matter. And we just showed that if you had a 50% credit card and you used the bank's money and they were looking for 50% interest on that card, but you paid that thing off in a way that made it impossible for them to charge you 50%, it doesn't matter what your interest rate is. Come on. It's the same with your mortgage or any other loan. It doesn't matter what your interest rate is if you can skip those interest payments. Okay? So listen, folks, let me go back to this. Let me go back to my example here. All right? I got it back up on the screen. Here is our 18% mortgage. Remember, the gentleman that has this mortgage has $20,000. $20,000 in his savings account. And it's there. He loves having it. Okay. He's investing his money, but he has $20,000 just to do repairs on all of his buildings. Okay. Got multiple doors. And he's taking $2,000 a month just from this building alone that he's paying 18% on. And he's reinvesting that money. $2,000 to $2,500 a month, reinvesting it. But remember, he has $20,000. So he's not spending all of that money every month to do maintenance. It's just building up, but it's keeping it in a bank account, making what? 1/10 of 1%. What if, I'm just saying what if, he doesn't have to, but what if he took $5,000 out, $5,000 out of his bank account and applied it to this mortgage? I need you folks to take a look at the principal payment. And this is how you need to take a look at it. When you control the principal payment, we're taking the $5,000 that's going to apply to principal and says, how many of these $14 and $15 and $16 payments can we divide into the $5,000? Because every time we do that, Every time we take any of these payments off, we don't have to pay the interest that goes along with them. So if we go down to $5,000 in cumulative principal, remember, he's taking $5,000 out of the bank. $5,000 out of the bank. I'm scrolling down.
Lord have mercy.
$5,000 out of the bank, making 0.1%. When these payments are so small, look here, we take off 125 payments. At 120, folks, 120 payments, that's 20 years. No, is that 20 years? 120 payments? No, that's 10 years. That's 10 years. He just took 10 years, 5 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got excited, folks. I was like, 10 years, 5 months off by taking $5,000 out of the bank and applying it to the mortgage. He took 10 years off and saved how much interest? Over $360,000 in interest saved. Interest payments you skip don't matter.
Wow.
Interest payments you skip don't matter. This is how you take an 18% mortgage and start killing it with these smaller principal payments, and you can make big headway. So don't worry about the interest cost that's coming down the road right now. Okay, so we're going to change this one more time, and then we're going to shut it down for today because we're almost done. I need this to go viral, and you all are going to help us go viral. No one on Clubhouse, no one on TV, no one on radio, no one else is putting this kind of information out there. Interest rates are getting ready to go to 6.5%. Let me put this on the screen here. We're going to do $350,000. Okay, $350,000 at 6.5% because the interest rates are rising and everybody's afraid of these interest rates. I just showed you what you could do to 18%. What can we do to $350,000 at 6.5%? The payment is $2,212.24 a month. Look at your principal payments. Look at your interest payments. $316.41, $318.12. Look at this. If we take just a little bit of money, take a look at cumulative principal for 1 year. Look at the interest the bank wants for 1 year. I can show you how you could take your income that you're making now and show you some prepayment techniques with our program. We're going to show you our opportunity cost calculator. Okay. With our opportunity cost calculator, we can show you how to pay a lot less interest with the money that you're already making. You don't need more money. You just need to pay less interest and turn this into less than 1%. Less than 1%. Effective interest rate. I'm telling you, if you want to know more about this, you can. Watch this. We don't have to pay this $39,1207 in 12 monthly installments. If we had it, we could give it to the bank all at once. Pay off to line 12 on this. Save $20,000 in interest we don't have to pay. And our next mortgage payment for the next month would be on line 13 of the schedule. And what if we don't have all of that? What if we have smaller amounts? Doesn't really matter. Whatever you're making, we're going to show you how this applies to you, an individual, family, or business, or church. Did you realize if you were a church that had a mortgage of over $1 million, a church that had a mortgage of over $1 million, our churches pay off in an average of 5 to 7 years without extra giving from the members. Because remember, a lot of churches have a reserve fund already. Why ask the members for extra money? With their regular giving, they're building up a reserve fund already. Why can't we just tap the reserve fund? Oh, okay. Let me give you an example of that before we go away. Okay. So we've got we've got a mortgage of 1.2 million. Okay, it's right around 6%. And they're usually around 25 years. So you can't get a 30-year mortgage on commercial. So it's about 25 years on that. Okay, so here it is, 1.25 million. All right, 1.2 million, 7,731.62. That is the payment on the church. Okay, so 1.2 million. Here's how much interest the bank wants on that: 1,119,486. So here is what's going on with the church. Okay, and they have a reserve fund already. And instead of asking the members, let's say they have about $2,500 going into the reserve fund monthly or more. Let's just say $2,500. Okay, $2,500. All right, and if they have $2,500 going in, all right, 2,500, 25, okay, 4 months. Okay, so 25 is $10,000. Okay. Oh, let's do $10,000. Let's do $10,000. Okay, $10,000, about $10,000. So if they took $10,000 out of the reserve fund, look what it does to this loan. $10,000 out of the reserve, apply it to the loan principal, knocks off 6 payments, and saves $35,000. Now, if they have $2,500 a month going into the reserve, okay, 2,500 and 2,500, that's 2 months. That's 5,000. Another 2,500, another 2,500. That's 10,000. That takes 4 months to put that money in naturally without extra giving. If the church took $10,000 out of the reserve fund, applied it to the mortgage, knocked off about 30 grand in interest they never had to pay, knocked off 6 months, and it took 4 months to put the money back. Could they do this every 4 months? Knock off this kind of interest and these payments every 4 months just out of the reserve fund? Are you all hearing me? Are you getting this? Does this make sense to you? If the church can do this, if the business can do this, if the a family could do this, you could save a ton of money. Folks, I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for looking at all of this and sharing this with. This video needs to go far and wide. I need your help to get it out there. I need you to understand what's going on. I need you to get the book. I need you to start learning this information and sharing it with others. The reason why we do this, the reason why we're doing this is because I read in a book somewhere, it was The Go-Giver, is that your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. How many people can I serve? By putting this out on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and Clubhouse, by sharing this information with you, and you get to share it with others while you take advantage of it. And here's how you can take advantage of it. Number one, go to my link above, click on it, and buy the book. Get the book, all right? Once you get the book, then you can start learning and sharing it with others. Once you get the book, okay? So once you get the book, you can start learning this, because it's the only book on Amazon that goes over this information. It's the only book on Amazon that goes over this information. Now, and then also get a savings and earnings report. We showed you what the savings and earnings report looks like. You can get one for yourself so that you can know the month, day, and year you can be debt free. All right, that you can also be debt free. All right, and know how much interest you can save, and then we're going to show you how to save that interest and put it into your. Show you how to reinvest that in your families, in your church organization, into your business, whatever it is. Take the interest that you save, stop giving it to the bank, and do something else with that money, okay, to make money. All right. And so you'll be able to do that. That's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. Okay. And then, and if you get this all done before Monday midnight, when you find out, when we want to know how you found out about it, just scroll down to where it says, how did you find out about us? And put in ICE 10K as a coupon code, ICE 10K. If we get it all done before Monday midnight, we'll take $1,000 off of your program. I have a few of them left. Okay. We're only doing 10. I've got a few of them left. We're doing 10K in 10 days, and our 10 days is up on Monday. We got one more show. We're going to do this on Monday. Okay. We're going to do this again on Monday. And if all of them haven't been given out, I will let you know if everything hasn't been given out by then. And we'll show you how many, we'll show you that we'll let you know that we have some left on Monday if they're not all gone. But Monday at midnight, it goes away. All right, whether I've given out all 10,000 or not. Can you believe that? Whether I've given out all 10,000 or not. Some have taken advantage of it already. Now, why haven't we given out more? I'll tell you the reason why. People are so excited about it, they're not filling out the program completely. And we're not going to help you to do it on the phone. There's just too many coming in. So go ahead and fill it out completely, get it right. Send it in. So when my people call you, we can confirm the numbers. Also, answer your phone when we call. Okay. Because we got to confirm the numbers. Once the numbers are confirmed, then you are now eligible. All right. So so everything has to be in order. See, anytime there's any sweepstakes, you got to follow all the rules. Here are the rules, they say. Do you know the ones who don't follow the rules don't even get a phone call? They're immediately taken out of the batch. That's why you never hear from the sweepstakes that Publishers Clearinghouse. You know how they get millions and millions of submissions. You know how they get rid of most of them? Because people don't follow the rules. They just throw those out. The ones who have not followed the rules. So follow the rules, fill it out completely, and put in ICE 10K as a coupon code. And then you have to have at least one mortgage, between one mortgage and 10 mortgages. As long as you can put all the other debt in, but you have to have at least one mortgage and 10 mortgages. So if you have no mortgage, you don't qualify. If you have 12 mortgages, you don't qualify. I'm sorry, but this is just for between 1 and 10. All right. So do that and then fill out the information and send it in, and we'll give you $1,000 off. All right. Anyway, but thank you so very much for being here. We got 2 minutes left. I want to go ahead and hear from Dr. Eric Thomas one more time. And everybody who's online, we're going to let you go. But before you go, I want you to see, let's bring it up on the screen. Here is what the opportunity cost calculator looks like. That's going to run everything, that does all of the math, that turns an 18% mortgage into either a 6.5% mortgage or a 4.5% mortgage. Here's the calculator that does it all. This is what E.T., the hip hop preacher, used to pay off his mortgage and save tens of thousands of dollars in interest on his mortgage and pay it off in 4 years. Let's hear from E.T., and we're going to say goodbye to everybody online. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Everybody on Clubhouse, hang out for a minute.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down from my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.